I be late to my own YouTube? I don't know. Let me find me. Good morning. View my channel. I was busy messaging and I got sidetracked. Where are we? This one? Oh, I got right on. Okay. Make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. I just put it on. Okay. How is everybody? How is everyone? There I am. Okay, no lipstick on my teeth. Perfect. So, don't mind my hair. It is clean, but this is all that it's going to be today. Okay. I feel super off right now. Like, I forgot what I'm doing. I'm like, have I ever been on YouTube before? This is my first time. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and have a sip of coffee in my favorite coffee mug. This is my favorite mug of all time. This one right here. My friend Christy, my bestie, gave it to me, but also I love giant coffee mugs, and this thing is huge, and I like a lot of coffee. And I'm also really in it for the creamer, I'm gonna be honest with you. The caffeine is good, but I'm always in it for creamer. That's why my coffee is fair-skinned, we'll call her. She's light. And you are by far not the only one. I have many reasons to be discombobulated at the moment, but it's also just kind of my life. Ruth, I knew your name. I was packing an order today for Ruth, and I was like, wait, I know her name because I see you every week on YouTube. Hi, Beth. And Beth and Trisha and Mary. Hi, everybody. I cannot say hi to everybody individually, so hello. My mom just left, like literally is pulling out of the parking lot right now. We shipped a whole bunch of orders. All of the Court Club extras are all in the mail, waiting for the mailman, and a bunch of other orders. And there's a few other things that I have to get done. My mom will do hardware and zippers, but it's not her favorite. So I have a few of those that I have to get together. So if you are waiting, yours will either be in the mail later today if I don't miss the mailman, or it will be in there tomorrow. But other than that, we are pretty much caught up. Yvonne, I have a package coming to you. That one was packed by my mom. So thank you to all of you for buying all the Court Club extras. Oh, hi, Kana. It will be worth the wait, Nancy. I have Court Club right here. I have a project that I made, and part of my agenda for today was to show you, and I'll tell you what we're going to talk about in a minute. I'm dirty. It was going to show you a bag, but I realized I can't show it to you because it's in Court Club, and that's the one that I finished. I have one that I started that has been edited, but the one that I finished is in Court Club, and I can't show you because it will spoil the surprise for any of you waiting for your extra package and any of you in regular Court Club that haven't gotten it yet. So I don't want to spoil it. So I grabbed it. It's right here, but I don't want to show it to you yet. But I'm just going to tell you she's real pretty. So a few things to chat about today. Our Fridays have just really become chit-chat days more than show and tell and teaching. And it's funny because I remember, I mean, we're 4 years into this, 4.5 years. In the beginning, back in 2020, in May of 2020, I tried to teach you things. Now, I don't teach you. I just come here and talk. So, yeah, so there's that. So, Kelly, what are you booing to? Are you booing like boo? Are you trying to scare me? Or are you booing because I won't show you Court Club? Because I don't want to show it to everybody yet. It's so pretty. Shelly got hers because Shelly immediately texted me and was like, I got Court Club. It's so good. So some of you have yours, but some of you don't, and I don't want to ruin it. It will be on the website next week, and I will show you all next week because it's good. Like, it makes my heart happy. So, anyway, I'm not here for educational purposes. I'm here for so many other things. A quick flash, like a quick across the screen. Well, if I do that, I don't want, okay, Nancy, here's what we're gonna do. I will quick throw it across the screen. But if you don't want to see it, cover your eyes. I'm serious. Cover your eyes right now because it's really good. All right? On the count of 3, it's going to quick go across the screen. So if you didn't get yours and you don't want to see it, close your eyes. Okay? Are you ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's literally as quick as I'm doing it. I don't want anyone to get sad. Now that you're pausing and trying to find it. I'm really happy about it. So, and I just threw my beautiful bag on the floor, but that's okay. So, I have some life updates for you. I have some, well, I told you about Court Club. I have all sorts of new things to tell you about. First and foremost, because I always tell you everything that's going on in my life, and I do have permission. I thought that said, Rochelle, I'm not going to love it. And I was like, well, that's so sad. Anyway, it says I'm going to love it. Quick little life update from the Vandenberg household. Eric had surgery on Monday and he is healing. He's healing slower and a little bit more intensely than we had hoped. So a lot of my time has been taken up this week taking care of him, which is fine. That's my job. So he's doing well. I think today was probably one of the first days since Monday that he seems to be pretty happy. I think the pain has kind of subsided. One of the good things, one of probably the only good benefits of him having such bad neuropathy way back many years ago was that when he had his toe surgery, he didn't feel anything. So his healing was actually very easy for both of us, minus the fact that he had come home with a PICC line. That was many years ago. We're moving on. But back then, there was no pain because he couldn't feel his feet. So there was good and bad to that. Now he's got a lot of sensation back. So the pain that he's experiencing right now is in his foot and his leg. It's just been a lot. To say this week has tested my patience, my marriage, both of us. It's been a lot. We slept on the couch for several days. Last night was the first full night we slept in the bed, which our apartment is pretty open and spacious, but sleeping on the couch was just smarter because the bathroom was right there and everything. We were kind of right in the middle. So we're back in bed, which is great because it's nice and comfy, but we're still adjusting, and Eric is non-weight bearing until minimally November 1st. So he has a non-usable leg, and that leg was numb all the way down, which made getting him upstairs, up an entire flight of stairs on Monday, the most fun ever. Said extremely sarcastically. It was not fun at all. We got there, but it was a test. So he's doing well. He is healing. He can't come downstairs, so he's kind of stuck upstairs for a while, but the dogs are loving it. Nancy, I think moving the refrigerator was still harder than moving him. I did not have black and blues after helping him get up the stairs. Luckily, he kind of wormed it up the stairs. He called himself a Vanden worm, which just made me laugh. So that has been my week. It's been very intense. And yes, nerve blocks, Marie, it is. It's like carrying a dead log. And we were stupidly under the impression that because he was having a procedure on his foot, that maybe it would be to like the ankle, maybe the calf at the most. We did not realize they were going all the way up his entire leg. So waist down, dead leg, and trying to carry a dead leg that you just had surgery on, that you don't want to be clanking on the stairs. It was a lot. We're still married. I think we're still good. It's all good. So that was my challenge for the entire week. Was that, but he is settled in. He has a knee scooter, which when he's driving it around says "wee" a lot, and it just makes both of us laugh. My dogs are terrified of it, but they're also so happy that he's home. This is like the best thing ever. Like they could not be happier right now. So that was Monday through current day. So that's where I'm at personally. Do I look exhausted? Yes. Am I exhausted? Also, yes. So, and that is how we got up the stairs, Nancy, was one booty at a time, because there was no other way to get him up the stairs. I tried to plead with him to stay down here. We could set up something, and he was like, no. So we're both very stubborn and very set in our ways. So when we want something, that is what we want. And so that's what we did. So, oh, thank you. I was not fishing for compliments, but thank you. I showered, I put makeup on, I put my skeletons on. Oh, and look I got a new sweatshirt when we went to Pennsylvania. It says, "You can't sit with us." So it's a Mean Girls reference with Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, and Jack Skellington. So whoever I'm pointing at. Okay, so in other exciting news, I had a box sent to me from, it was my stuff, okay, but I sent it to myself from Lauren's when I was there in September for class because I flew and I was flying to Jacksonville and I didn't have enough room in my suitcase for some of the things. I had picked up some stuff from her place that I had left there from the last event. I've been there so much. So I was kind of gathering all my belongings and I sent myself a box and it's been sitting here since like the middle of September. I haven't opened it and I forgot what was in it. I'm like totally, it was exciting. It was my thread and like some of my other belongings, but I also forgot that when Nicole was there, I bought fabric from her. And I was just so excited. So I wanted to show you. I know that a lot of this, if not all of it, is sold out on her website. I don't know what she's going to get back in, but if you want any of this, it's from sonar.co and you can go see what she has or if she's doing restocks or anything. So this was one of her original colorways that sold out super quick. So of course, as soon as she unpacked her suitcase, I was putting it into my pile. I was like, these are mine. Thank you. So, and these are cotton woven. Yes. So they're not like quilt weight cotton. They're a little heavier, but they're not canvas. They're kind of in between. They feel so nice. But these are Nicole's designs. And if you are familiar with her, you've probably seen this pincushion on a lot of the things that she does. I have a sweatshirt of hers. I also have this on one of the slap bands, but she did these kind of cool tattoo look fabrics and I'm obsessed with them. I also she had the Patreons vote on like which ones they liked and I was like, all of them, and I will buy all of them. So I got all black. I love this one. I love black and white. My entire kitchen is mostly like black and white with a little bit of color. I'm a big fan. I got the teal. Look at this one. Oh, I just love that. I've been in this teal green cool color mood a lot lately. That's my accent color in the kitchen. Maybe that's where it's coming from. Also, my entire apartment is teal, aqua-ish. Purple. I'm a purple girl, so of course I had to get purple. And then this one, which I love. So it's lighter than the teal, and then it has the little pops of color just like the yellow one. So they're all yards. I did not need them, but I'm supporting a small business, and that's what makes me feel good. So I bought all those and I forgot about it. So when I finally opened the box, literally like 2 days ago, I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this. I thought it was just my thread. I also have a heat, what's the word I'm looking for? Transfer, a heat transfer. Lauren did special custom ones with the same watercolor rose print from the cork as heat transfers so that we can put them on whatever we want, except I didn't get a chance to get a shirt before I went. So I have a shirt to, I have to get a shirt. Okay, so Nancy said they're not on the website anymore, so that means she's sold out. I think she's gonna do more. I cannot speak for her for certain, but I think she's gonna do more. But if you are interested, send her an email or look on her Facebook group, the Sonar Facebook group, ask a question. I'm sure even if she's kind of deciding what she wants to do, if enough people want them, I'm sure she's going to do another run. So definitely check with Nicole. I don't have the answers on that, but also this was from September and it's now like a month later. So sorry about that, but also what a great surprise. Okay. So, oh, you can't wear anything. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. That is a bummer. I went through a weird thing where my ears were super sensitive to anything that wasn't actual like gold or silver. And now all of a sudden I can wear other things again. I don't know what happened. I had surgery. I feel like they rewired something inside of my neck and now I can wear earrings again. I don't know. So, okay. So Um, oh, exciting times. I have an agenda, but it's not written down, so there will be a lot of that happening today. Well, this was in my mail, so if anyone's interested in going to the Hunk Show, I don't know when it is, but let me know if you're local. I asked my mom if she wanted to go, and she said okay. So I don't know why this is in my mailbox, but it was. Anyway, the Hunk Show is coming. Also, have you heard of a little thing called Novaween? Maybe you haven't. If you follow Nova on YouTube, you may have heard of it. It's her, I think she does 13 Days of Halloween. I could be totally wrong. I'm going to see if she gave me any more information. Okay, she did not. So that's who I was messaging, and that's why I came on at like 11 on the dot, because I was messaging Nova, and she does her little like sewing 13 Days of Halloween thing, and on Halloween, I'm writing it right now so I don't forget, which is on a Thursday, the 31st. I mean, if you don't know what Halloween is, I'm kind of offended, but that's okay. We are going to go live together, which is super exciting because we've been talking about this forever and we still haven't actually done it. So I'm excited that we're going to do it. And we're going to make my market tote, which is this one. It's a free pattern that you can download on the website. This used to be a pattern, a pay-for pattern many years ago. So that is why it's the only free pattern that's like a full downloadable written out pattern. Most of my free patterns, you just go on to the YouTube video. This one is actually like a written out pattern that you can find on the free patterns and tutorials page. So this was the one I did in the video because it was a 4-part video for Janome where I did the embroidery and I pieced it. So Nova and I are going to go live together on Halloween and we're going to make this tote. I imagine that she is going to do something super cool like she always does. If you are in her group or you follow her, well, if you don't, go do that because her bags are so inspirational. Even if you're like, those bags are complicated and I'll never make them, they inspire you. She's so unbelievably talented. So she's probably going to do something really cool to hers. I'm just going to enjoy sewing with a friend and just make a simple bag. And I have a little piece of Halloween cork left over that I've been hanging on to. And I think I'm going to make mine out of Halloween cork and just kind of see where the day takes us. When I have details as far as like times and all that, I will put it on the website and I'll announce it on social media. But as of right now, all I know is that on the 31st, we will be live together. So hopefully you guys can tune in. She is Nova, I think, hold on. Let me look on my YouTube channel. I think she's Nova's Knits. I'm looking on my phone right now just so I can tell you her YouTube channel. If I can spell correctly, that would be correct. If she's here, she could post it, but she is not. I know I follow her. I'm having a moment. Hold on. There she is. That's so Nova. Never mind. I think Nova's Knits is what she used to be. That's so Nova. So that's her right there. And she's talking about the 13 days of Novaween start tomorrow. So there she is. That's so Nova. So you can go follow her channel. We will be going live together. So we'll put it on both of our channels more than likely. I don't know. I don't have all the details. I don't have all the words right now. But if you want to go also to her Facebook group, amazing stuff on there. Amazing. I believe, Nova, correct me if I'm wrong, is a pattern tester for several bag makers and does amazing stuff. I say stuff and it sounds rude. Amazing bags. She is an artist. I don't consider myself an artist. I'm a bag maker. I like to make the simple things that make me happy. She takes it to a level that blows my mind. And also while I'm saying it, Nova, if you want to, if you have a moment, link your Facebook page for us. And let me see if I can also find it. But also, Nova, I need to add you to my pattern tester list if you have time. Because I have a new one that you would really like. Stuff is super accurate. It's not, though. It sounds so rude. That's why sometimes Eric will say, my shit, you know? And he's like, I don't mean it like that. And I'm like, I know, but you know, it's just so funny. That's so Nova. So let's see. This is okay. This is one of her latest bags. She posted 3 hours ago. Okay. She's also up early in the morning, which I love. Look at the things that she does that I'm like, I don't have time for that. That's so complicated. I can't do it. So if you're looking for a cool Facebook group where you can post things, but also, because I know not all the groups, mine included, you can't just post anything you want bag related. Hers, you know, you can post different designers and you can get inspiration. It's a great group to be in. I love watching it grow. I get a notification almost every day of like all these new members, and I just love it. Nova and I met a few years ago in Orlando. I think it was Orlando. And I just love her. She's just fun and she's sweet and she's super talented, and she'll never tell you that, but I will. So I'm just so excited that we get to hang out together and sew. And yes, her sewing is superb. She's amazing. So Nova, I have messages to answer in a minute when we're done. But also, if you want to be on my pattern testing group, I just sent out my latest pattern. That was a great segue because I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. And if you want to be on it, I can get you on the list. So more coffee before it's cold. And then I'm going to show you, which I've already shown you, but I'll show you again. Oh, that's some good coffee. Okay. So Novaween, got it. Okay. And Nova's Facebook is That's So Nova, because I don't remember anything. You are correct. Yes, Cindy, you will be getting this as soon as it is done, and it will be done very soon. I want to sleep in. My dog won't let me. Yeah, I understand that. Because again, because of our current situation with Eric not being able to walk downstairs to let the dogs out, I get poked in the middle of the night when the dogs have to go out because they still wake him up. They don't know anything. They're not that smart. They don't wake me up. They're not like, hey, let him sleep. Do you want to let us out? So last night I was getting poked on the side and I was like, oh, stop it. Go. And I remember just being like, stop. And he finally was like, Jess, could you please get up and let the dogs out? And I was like, oh, I thought you were just being annoying or I was having a dream. That's not what was happening. Also, I had gone to bed like an hour before that because the dogs have amazing timing. So, okay. Yes, dogs are great. I love them. But some days I'm like, will you please just go deal with yourselves? So my newest pattern, I'm getting my act together. My newest pattern will be out sometime early to mid-November. I don't have a date for you yet, but my goal, after I burp, excuse me, my goal is November 15th. So that is the goal right now. Excuse me. My God, I'm disgusting. That will hopefully give myself enough time to get edits done, my pattern testers enough time to send me edits, to get their samples done, and for me to get the video done. So I've shown you this before, but just pretend I didn't and it's brand new. Let me show you the Violet barrel bag. Violet has been renamed so many times. She had an identity crisis for a while. She's also been in the works for 3 years. That's a whole story in itself if you want to hear it. So here she is. I did this with July Quirk Club. July, I think. So July is when I was planning on sending it to testers. But because they're patient and they understand that my life is chaotic right now, it didn't happen. It happened in October. So she is a barrel bag with some pockets on the side, 2 open pockets. There is an adjustable strap. There's short handles, which I've done short and longer. You can kind of adjust that. We're using the double D ring hardware. You can do a single or double zipper on the top. This was a piece of hoarded Mormino fabric that I had for I have no idea how long. And the reason I'm so excited about this bag, and I'll show you some other samples, there's a few things. So first of all, let's real talk. It is definitely an intermediate bag. This is not going to be like my first bag ever. I'm just going to be real with you. If you are super ambitious and want to watch the video and, you know, and make your first bag, I'm not saying you can't, but this is definitely something that you're going to want to be ready for. It's an intermediate bag. It is a barrel style bag, which that means it kind of has, it's very hard to do this. It's like holding a wiggly dog. It has that kind of barrel shape on the outside. It just means that instead of a gusset that goes all the way around, it just has kind of these side panels. And that gives it its shape. So that means it kind of starts out long and tall because your seam is down here, and then you have your ends. And the reason that I'm like, there's so many reasons I'm excited. First of all, I'm not kidding when I say I started writing this pattern 3 years ago. I started writing this pattern so long ago that one of my original samples, which I think is over there, has cork that they don't even make anymore. That's how long it's been. The reason I'm excited about this is because every night that I went to bed for weeks, I thought, how do I make this in my style, which is no lining, no binding, and no drop-in linings. How do I make this a turnstile bag? Because what happens is usually the outside is done, the lining is done, and then the zipper, which is connecting it, you are doing like a drop-in style, or you're turning it and there's going to be binding inside. There is none of that. There is absolutely none of that happening. It is completely turnstile. There's my lining. And it's made in my style of pattern writing. And every night, I kid you not, I would put my head on my pillow and think, okay, what have I not tried? And the fact that I feel like I cracked the code. I feel like I figured something out that maybe somebody else has, but I don't know of it. But something that I wanted to do in this style, it makes me so happy, so happy. This bag was requested by Cheryl Taylor, who I think was here. I'm not sure if she's here or not. Cheryl said to me during a virtual retreat a year or two ago, because it just kept going on, that is the exact size and style bag that I would love to carry. I want to do it. And I was like, let me do it for you. And I still didn't get it done. Cheryl was here at the open house one year and got to see it, and I still didn't get it done. Kelly saw it at the open house. This bag just was not ready. And it's not because it was so complicated to write or whatever it was. It just wasn't its time. And that happens. And I'm telling you that because that might happen for you with anything. If it's not the time, it's not the time. Well, now it's finally the time. It's the time. It's finally the time. It's not time for me to talk. So I am super excited about this. So this is one that I did during the virtual retreat. Not September because I was ill, in August, I think. I don't know. I have no idea. I made this one 2 years ago. And I finally put the rivets on. It was waiting for 8 rivets to be finished. This was done with vinyl I bought from Lauren at the first that show in Orlando that I went to. The first time I met Lauren, I bought this from her. So I don't even know if she has it anymore. That's how long that one took. This one is the one Rochelle just mentioned with Eric's cork, which I love. Also done at a virtual retreat, I think even longer ago. But anyway, yeah. So it's Violet's turn. It's time for her to shine. Finally, she's been waiting so patiently for her day in the sun. So Violet will be ready sometime in November, and I'm super excited about it. It has been sent to testers. I got everything kind of together yesterday. I finished the last of the pictures. I said to Eric, I gotta go downstairs. I gotta get this done. And yeah, so, okay. Hold on. Mary wants to know, does it have hidden handle connectors? It does not, but that's another exciting thing. Thank you, Mary, who had no idea. Thank you. So it does not have hidden connectors, which, by the way, I learned how to do. I'm not going to say I learned. I still don't know. I watched Lauren do them when I was there in September, and I was like, oh, that's how you do that. I have no idea how to do that. So Lauren, I know she's not here right now, but maybe if she watches my video later, Lauren, who's also on my pattern testing, maybe she'll make a video if I ask her really nicely, and she'll make this bag and she'll put hidden strap connectors on so I can watch her do it again and we can all learn from an expert, because I've never done them myself. But wow, they are so cool. And I think this bag would be perfect for it. So this bag was written for pretty much any style connector. You are going to have the information for this, the double D rings in it, because it has the cork tabs and then the handles. Obviously, in this one, this was many years ago, I did the jewel connectors. Any strap connector that you want to use, you can use. So if you bought a really cool special set and you just didn't know what to do with them, you can do that. You can make it with anything. But one of the other things that will be coming out when that's released, and I don't have it right here because I cannot find it, I'm going to have an acrylic template set that has 4 styles. So you can cut your own strap connectors and then you can use those for any bags that you want. So you're gonna get a pattern and a video, and you're gonna get the opportunity to get strap connectors. I will more than likely have them as an SVG file if you wanna cut them yourself, because we have cutting machines, why not? So there's gonna be a lot of stuff that happens all around this pattern, and I'm very excited about it because I have been waiting forever to get it done. So she's had about 3 or 4 different names, and I landed on Violet because my sweet friend Jen had a baby in June of this year. And as soon as she named her, I was like, that is the cutest name ever. Violet, like, what a great name. But also, the funny thing is, Violet was meant to be made for this family, but also was a little, oh, that's a surprise. So this Violet, to me, she was meant to be, but she was also a surprise to me that I actually finally got it done. And so I just thought, what a cute name. It's sweet. We waited long enough for it to be here, and I'm going with Violet. And it's also my friend Annette's niece. And I every time I see her, I'm like, what a cute little name. So Violet is her name, the Violet Barrel Bag. During a virtual retreat, I have no idea when, Cindy won the first pattern that I print. So the first one that comes off the copier, it's getting folded, put in a bag, and it's getting mailed to California because that was her prize. And she's waited very patiently for me to get it done, which I appreciate. So yeah, so I am going to test your skills. I'm going to give you a little bit of a challenge with this bag. It's not so hard that you can't do it, but it's going to be a little bit, it's not a tourist tote bag. Let's just say that. It's not going to be like, I can whip out like 4 or 5 of these in a weekend. It's going to be something that's a little bit more love behind it. You know, you're going to do some top stitching. You're going to play with strap connectors. Your finishing steps to get that end without having to do binding, we're going to kind of play around and kind of challenge ourselves a little bit. I would highly recommend, if you're not already using one, get a stapler, because I found that stapling my ends, my barrels, my side panels, doing these worked so nicely. And I mean, I think my curves look pretty good. They're not great. I didn't iron them, but nothing I do is perfect. I mean, I don't, if you thought that, you were very wrong. But I thought that the stapler, game changer. And yeah, I've had it for a while and I just haven't used it. So definitely good. And we all need to challenge ourselves a little bit. Zena, I love that you are on board and that you are smiling about it, because we can't just, we don't want tote bags forever. Like those are great, but we need other things. We are bag makers. We are strong and smart. We need to, you know, get in there and challenge ourselves sometimes and make something that maybe we'll make 1 million of them and maybe we'll make 1 or 2, and that's okay. I personally want to carry this bag. I just haven't decided which one I like, and I cut another one yesterday. So I'm really excited about that. So, all right. What kind of stapler do I recommend? So I know that Shannon from Unknotted Thread Co. has a specific one that she recommends, and I cannot remember which one that is. She says it's amazing. I use, well, I don't use one right now because I don't know where it is. I use that tiny attacher, the Tim Holtz one that you can get from like Joann's and Amazon. It's small. It's not a regular like crunch down stapler. It has like a handle to it. And that's kind of the style I think that Shannon uses. I always hear her talk about it and I cannot remember which one it is, But I've been using that tiny attacher, because I always want to say tiny attacker, which is weird. Um, and it has really fine staples that a lot of times I just leave in because they're so small. So that's the one that I've been using that I really like. Linda says the stapler from Warwick is awesome. So there's definitely some options out there, but try it out. What I find is that when you're doing something kind of with that curve and it's a little tight because you're working around it, when you're trying to put clips on it, they end up shooting off the side when when you're trying to sew. And once you get this perfectly aligned, you don't want to lose your clips. So what I find is that if I do my staples nice and close to the edge, I can take it right to the sewing machine and do my seam allowance and just zip right around it, and it's not that bad because it's already in place. There's a couple of tips in the pattern if you are or aren't using staples. And obviously, if you want to use clips, some people, instead of using clips, use like those binder clips, which are stronger. Do whatever gets you to the finish point. I've been really enjoying using my stapler. That's been like my favorite thing. And you're probably supposed to take them out, but I don't take them out. I just leave them. So I don't know. I'll maybe years from now, I'll find out that that was a bad decision, but I just leave them in there. They're in most of these bags. So, okay. Any more Violet questions? I'm gonna have another sip, and then we're going to talk about something else that's coming up. Can you hand baste? You can, Cindy. I'm teasing you. Sure. I mean, you can hand baste if you want to. I just personally don't want to. But also, see, I knew that I could say that Cindy wouldn't be offended. I don't know that I would want a hand baste cork, but listen, live your life. Do whatever you want to do. Cheryl uses tape. Cheryl, would you elaborate on that for us? Because you are one of our top-notch bag makers around here who produce beautiful work, and we want to make beautiful things like you do. What do you mean you use tape? Tell us more if you would like to, if you don't mind, because we would love to hear about it. What? You use double stick tape and it holds up. Are you using like the hyper stick? Like the really strong stuff? I have so many questions. I now have more questions than I had before. Huh. No. Okay. All right. Well, Cheryl uses regular double stick tape. I learn from you guys every day because that thought literally never occurred to me. But yeah, do it. Listen, if it works for Cheryl, it works. So do it for sure. Okay. All right. So now, where did my book go? Where's my book? There it is. Okay. I need this. Hyper stick tape is a Warwick, whatever you want to call them. It is that's where I get my regular tape from, but they also have what they call hyper stick, which is supposed to be, I think, for like leather. It's supposed to be extra sticky, and I believe they don't suggest that you sew through it. I use their regular tape and I sew through it all the time. I use double stick tape to hold the pieces together and then clip them. Oh, okay. I might have to try that. I want to give that a try whenever I'm going to sew this other bag that I already cut out. What kind of interfacing does the Violet use, if any? Oh, well, so this is another thing that I kind of changed with my patterns recently. I think starting with Linda. I have found that, I don't know how to say this without sounding snarky, but I'm just going to say it. I have found that most of the time people just ignore my recommendations anyway because they want to do what they want to do. And I'm fine with that. I literally don't care. I have found that lately I've just been saying to use a medium weight fusible interfacing because that's my preference. Now, let's go back to Cheryl for a minute because I can pick on her. And I also know that Cheryl does not do anything that I tell her to do because she does bags her way. If I tell Cheryl, for instance, I'm going to make a double fold handle and I fold my cork strips in half, more often than not, Cheryl's going to say, no, thank you. I'm going to do my handle my way. And that's fine. So when I tell a lot of people, I like Decoville Light or I use Decor Bond, I get a lot of, oh, I hate those. And that's fine too. So if I'm making a bag, because that's what I always have, I'm using one of those two. I'm either using 809 Decor Bond, which everybody hates except for me. I am the only one that's nice to that interfacing, or Decoville Light. It just kind of depends. So those are always my recommendations, but everybody has their own and does things their way. So Hazel, to answer your question, I don't have an answer. Also, because I have gotten so unbelievably, I know you guys hate when I say this, but lazy, opposed. I'm very opposed to turning on my iron. Like, it's horrible. I'm like, oh, do I have to turn it on? I haven't used interfacing in months. I have not used a single piece of interfacing at all. The only time that I used it was when I filmed the Piper video, which I still have to edit. And I actually found interfaced fabric I cut for something else and I cut it down because I really don't like interfacing anymore. I have been using waterproof canvas for any of my bigger projects and water resistant canvas from More Me Know for any of my small ones. And I just don't. I don't know. I just don't interface anymore. See, I said that when I made my Taurus tote bag. I hate decor bond. Everybody does. And I understand, but it's just the way that I've always done my bags, and I haven't changed that, even though there's so many options that like we didn't have back in 2005, 2006 when I started making bags. Everybody has like different, like Wizardry has their own, and Castine Handcraft, like everybody has all these interfacings and we fall in love with them. So I say use whatever you want. My patterns are always geared towards medium to light. Not light as in SF101. I still don't like that stuff, sorry. But not heavy, like Decoville heavy. Like that's never gonna be in my bag. I say never and then it happens, but that's just too heavy. I want something that gives me some body, but I don't need to go overboard. I want my lining to feel like waterproof canvas. I want it to have a similar weight to that because that's what I'm gonna use. This bag right here, this is cork outside. Like it's still got nice structure to it. This is, I think, this doesn't feel like it has a backing. This is from More Me Know. So it's either waterproof canvas or waterproof cotton. This one, this is mine. All cork, waterproof canvas inside. And yeah, so that's kind of all that what did I do in this one? Same, waterproof canvas. So I kind of do that. I just kind of don't want to interface anything anymore. I turned the iron on yesterday to iron a piece of fabric and I felt my body just go, ugh. And I was like, I don't know why I'm so mad at my iron. I just don't want to use it. It's weird. So if you're doing cork outside, no interfacing on your cork. If you can find a nice sturdy lining that's thicker than quilter's cotton, you can skip the interfacing like waterproof canvas. If you have something that's like a waterproof canvas and you want to put interfacing on it, I'm always going to go with Decor Bond and Decoville Light. And listen, Nancy, my expertise, well, it's limited, but I love that you purchased a whole bolt, and I do like 809. I will defend 809 for the rest of my life because I feel like it's like a poor little kicked puppy in the corner. Everybody hates it, but I like it. I like the structure that it gives. The bags look like they have great structure. That is either cork and waterproof canvas or cork and interfaced cotton. I don't stray from that very much. So there was a question and it's already been lost. Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain is a puddle right now. So yeah, so do whatever you want. I'm sorry. I wish that I found ironing relaxing, Kim. I don't find a lot of things relaxing except sleep. So yeah, so I'm always going to lean towards, if it's my preference and you're asking my opinion, Decor Bond or Decoville Light. If you despise those, as the rest of the bag making community does, that is also fine. And there's so many options. Go for something medium weight. I prefer fusible, and something that's going to give you the equivalent to waterproof canvas. There's my professional answer. It wasn't that professional, but that's the best I can do for you. Okay. Do I have mini diva wallet frames? If you can send me an email, we can discuss that. I can't really give you an answer right here because I can't see my hardware. I know I have some, but I don't know what colors. But Nancy, if you send me an email, I can let you know what I have, or let me know what you're looking for, and I can send you an invoice. Okay, we have 15 more minutes, and I need you guys to answer my questions. That's what I need from you. So get your thinking hats on. You're welcome. We are going to have another Zoom class, which we did our first one back in August. Our first in a while. I've done them, but it's our first class. Not a retreat, a focused pattern-based class where we have a set time and we work on a pattern from start to finish. It's going to be the same way that we did the last one, where you will get your class for free with the purchase of a kit. And the reason is, well, I'm in business. I have to make money, but also because I want to make sure that you have the things that you need, aside from, again, lining. Like we were just talking about lining. It was a great segue into this. The kits for this project won't include the lining, but you have choices. Waterproof canvas, water-resistant canvas, interface cotton with whatever interfacing you like. So I want to make sure that you have the cork and the hardware and all the things that you need to make your outside so that there's no struggling and no one's getting behind. And if you buy the kit, your class is free. So that's what we did for the Jane. Granted, Jane had there was a different meaning and reasoning behind doing it, but we're going to keep doing it because I had a great time, and I know you guys had a great time, and I think it worked out really nicely. So it keeps things affordable, but it also helps both of us. I get to sell you something because I am in business, you guys. I have to do that. And you get to know that you have all of your things coming and that you're not going to have to struggle. I'm going to do the same way where I do surprise kits, and at least not to my knowledge, no one was unhappy. Some people were just like, I don't care, pick whatever. Some people are like, hey, I really don't like pink. Whatever it is, you get to, kind of give me a place to go or don't. It's totally up to you. So I need you to help me as far as the date, and I'm going to tell you why. If we do a Saturday again, which was what we did last time, I did a Saturday because I think it worked well for everybody. So whether you work or not, Saturday seemed to work. If we're doing a Saturday, I cannot do it until December 7th. And I'm fine with that. And also, let me preface this. Well, first of all, you don't have to go outside if it's cold. If it snows that day, you don't have to worry about it. And I can't cancel because I live upstairs. So weather will not deter us. If Saturday works, or a weekday works, or both, I may do both. So I'm just trying to get an idea. I understand it's December, but it's still not the holidays yet. It's still early. The next holiday does not start until, oh wow, Hanukkah starts on the same day as Christmas. So we still have weeks, according to my book anyway. So December 7th is what I have slated to do this class. Or do you want to do a weekday class? I know that a lot of you still work, but a lot of you don't. We could do a weekday class on November 7th. I did not do that on purpose, but how weird. So, would we prefer to wait until Saturday, or do we want a Thursday class? We have both 7ths. So it's Thursday, November, or a Saturday in December. Does everyone like doing a Saturday in December? See, weekday is better for Sally. A weekday. Okay. Should we offer both? Would you like me to throw both of them out there? Yes, you'll buy the kit from the classes page. Correct. Yes. And don't worry, Tricia, things happen. So, oh no. Okay. All right. Cheryl says both. Hazel says both. Okay. So I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to do both. So as of right now, mark in your brain, one or the other or both. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. And, we're going to do a Thursday and we're going to do a Saturday. So we will have one coming up in November and one in December, and they will be for the same bag because I want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity. Okay. All right, good. You guys are very split, which is fine with me. So, Jennifer said, what time of day? Let me see what I did last time, because I think we did 11 to 5 last time, Eastern time, because 11, that's 8 o'clock West Coast. So we're probably going to do something around the same time, like 11 to 5 or so. It will definitely start at 11. The end time, I'm not sure of. Okay, good. So do you want to see the project? I know you do. We're going to take a little walk down memory lane. Do you remember? You remember my ever so popular Lola? You guys remember Lola? Lola came out in 2021 or 22. 21, I think. So remember Lola? And Lola happened because all of you said, we need smaller bags. I think somebody actually said to me, I remember this conversation, I'm getting older. I can't carry all these big bags anymore. And I was like, that has nothing to do with anything, but we all want a small bag. So I made Lola. So then what happened? What happened with Lola? Oh, you guys said, oh, but wait a minute. We want it bigger. So you wanted me to make you a small bag, which I did. I made you Lola. And then you were like, but we want a bigger version of Lola. And I was like, you guys, you can't, you want it all. And I gave it to you, right? So the bigger XL Lola has been a free download in the Facebook group, in the OG Facebook group. And large Lola, that's kind of sounds rude. XL Lola, big Lola, she's been very popular. But something has always bothered me about this pattern. And I know it bothers a lot of you as well. What's always bothered me is that I didn't put an outside pocket on it. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. But I just made this super simple bag. And inside is a divider. That was a thing I hadn't done before. This one has, she's got a divider and a zippered pocket, and I loved how it came out, but I have always been bothered by the fact that I didn't put an outside pocket on it. So, see, and Linda's like, I always put one on mine. So I decided that for the class, and then also for everybody later, because the class will get it kind of as an exclusive first, there's going to be a modification made to the Lola XL, okay? And the Lola XL is going to have a zippered pocket. Now, that bag that I threw over there that I can't show you because it has Court Club on it has the finalized version of this. But this is kind of step one, okay? So it will be a little bit different, and I'll tell you why. This is just an outside. So the Lola XL for class is going to have this nice, big, giant pocket on it that everybody does anyway, but I'm doing it my way. So for class, there will be an exclusive. You'll get the add-on because I'm writing it up as its own separate thing that goes with the pattern. It's going to have the Lola XL, the difference in corners, the pieces. It's going to be a 3-part. So it has 3 instead of 2. So same size. And then on the front, it has this zipper. But here, so Beth, if you're in love now, I hope you're more in love with the alteration I made. I was on the phone with Lauren for a while this week, and we were chatting about everything. And I said to her, every time I look at this bag, every time I look at this, I want to make it like the double pocket you put on your Sarah bag. But I can't do that. I can't take that away from you. That's rude. And she was like, it's not. Absolutely not. She was like, do it. It'll be awesome. So I changed it. So the zipper actually goes a little bit further out, and in the middle is a little tab, and you're going to stitch in the front. So I didn't totally steal what she did, but I'm telling you right now, I'm owning up to it. I took it from Lauren, and Lauren told me to take it. You're going to have a double pocket option. You want to just do this? Do this. But you want to have a 2-pocket option? That's what we're going to do. So the finished bag is super cute, and I can't show it to you right now, but I'm going to finish one of these that's not Court Club and post it this week. So that is going to be exclusive to anybody that signs up for the class first. and then it will be an add-on available on the website. And it's probably just going to be a few dollars, because basically what it does is it tells you your sizes. It tells you the two options. So there will be option 1, enlarged version. Option 2 will have the zippered pocket if you want to do either or. And then it's also going to have construction for adding cork strips for the top recess zipper. So we're going to kind of change up the whole back. So that is going to be in a separate little add-on. That's all that you're doing differently, is just that. It also has, I really want to show you. It also has a 2-color handle, and not the normal 2-color, not like a top and a bottom. It has like a 2, like one on either side. It just looks super cool. So Nancy wants to know, when will this be online? In the next day or so. I should probably today, because I wanted to talk to you guys about dates. That's why I haven't put it on yet. So I want to show them, Connie, but I don't want anyone to get upset if they haven't gotten their cork club. But I'm really excited about it. So yeah, Connie, and did you get your second cork club that got goofed and weird because of the post office? I think your first one came in, or one of them did. Anyway, Connie's post office was not being nice to her and did not get her cork club. So that is what I have been working on. Will the EVL cork be available to put in the kit? If you request something, I will do my absolute best for you. If there's something that you want. And Zena, you can always email me ahead of time and ask me, and then we can kind of, I can kind of make sure that you get it. So hold on for 1 second, because I saw a ton of questions and I want to make sure that everybody gets answers. Let's see here. I'll come and get my kit. It'll get there faster. Kelly, more than likely. Okay, we were talking about dates. All right, let me just go back here. If I can make either date, can I watch at a late? If I can't make either date, can I watch at a later time? So I do not record the Zoom classes. They are just like an in-person class. So it's not going to be something that you could watch the class later. But Ruth, I will be making a video on how to do some of these add-ons. Chances are I'm not going to make the video a complete start to finish video, because the inside is exactly the same as the other bag, and I'm probably not going to do all that. But I will make a video that has the zipper and like the 2-color handle and all that kind of stuff, so you'll have that information. So you probably will not get a complete tutorial, but you'll get the majority of a tutorial. Who knows? I change my mind a lot. But no, I do not record the classes. I used to do that, and if I'm being totally honest with you, most of the time people did not watch them. And also, it costs me an extraordinary amount of money to have that level of Zoom, and I don't use it enough to justify it. It's crazy how much basic Zoom to being able to record like that Zoom, it's crazy. So no, I'm sorry, Ruth. I hope that one of them will work for you. And if not, we can do another class in the future. But I will at least have a video for you. Lola, everybody loves Lola. So Mary Jean, I think that answered your question too. Will there be a replay? Not for the class, but again, a video. And if you're not in class, it's kind of like when we do live so-longs, like when we did the live Linda and the New Year's Eve. I don't think they're as much fun to watch them afterwards when you're not in them, because there's so much back and forth and chit chat and then quiet moments. I think the tutorials are better. That's just me. I personally would not watch me live if I didn't have to. I'm just gonna say that. So, oh, you still have your first one from the first swap, Shelly. That's awesome. Big Lola. Let's see here. Okay, everybody's happy, which makes me happy. Everybody's already doing pockets. I know. I don't know why I didn't do one in the beginning. I bum myself out sometimes. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I love the way you take an older pattern and make hacks to it. Well, you know what? It's a hack, but also it's just one of those things where as a designer, like, you grow and you change and you're like, well, I could have done this, or I could have tried that, or like new things have happened, new hardware. Like, you want to you want to stay relevant in the bag making world, but you also need to be kind to yourself and your stuff. You can't just like brush a pattern aside and be like, no one cares about it anymore. People do care about it. People still buy the Diva wallet. That pattern is 13 years old. And I'm like, okay. But like, you just kind of have to, you just kind of have to play around with different things. Like I have opportunities to do new things, which is always fun, but also to, go back and look at some of my older things and say, you know what, how could I have made this better? And since I can't go back in time, let me make it better now. So I love doing it. It's been fun. And it started with doing the getaway and doing the little version and then doing the add-on for the tourist. And I was like, this is fun. And this is like giving me the opportunity that I didn't give myself before, because I made the tourist tote bag and immediately was like, I should have put pockets on this. And I was talking to somebody at that moment who said, well, you can't redo the pattern now. And I was like, okay. And I just kind of moved on. And I was like, well, I guess that's how it's going to be. I can't make it better. Now I can, thanks to YouTube. So let me see here. Okay, Zena, I answered that. Shall I just do it? So the kit will be for the Lola XL. Yes, because we are going to do in class the Lola XL. So if you wanted to trim it down and make the smaller one, you could, but I am not providing those measurements. We're just going to work on the Lola XL. And honestly, the XL, there's a finished one. It's not that big. It's XL versus this one, but like, it's not that big. It's still a nice size bag. Let's see here. I've learned to be patient. Conning, teach me your ways. Terry wants to know, can you purchase just the pattern or only with the kit? For class, the kit would be required. Later on, you can purchase the pattern. If you don't want to do the class with us, absolutely you can purchase it. And if you want to purchase the kit and you don't want to do the class, I've had people do that too. I had a few people that were like, I'm not even available, but I'm supporting you and I want to buy a kit. And I'm like, whatever you want to do, that's totally fine. So do the XL Lola with the EVL large lady. They're not large ladies. They have thick thighs. I'm just kidding, Jennifer. So yes. And so Terry, let me answer that also. Terry said, I see this as a standalone pattern. And I understand, because after I did this, I was like, oh shoot, should I just make this into its own pattern and just do it and then not like, I was like, why am I not making this into its own pattern? And I'll tell you why. And this is my justification. In doing this and just changing the outside and just giving you the additions and the changes to make, this from this, I don't have to write an entire pattern from start to finish. If I am writing an entire pattern, I am going through A to Z, the whole thing, photographs, lining, I'm doing all of it. In doing this, instead of making this now the blah, blah, blah pattern and starting from scratch, I'm eliminating steps for myself. I'm also, Lola's been around for a while. So if you already own Lola, for a couple bucks, it's probably going to be like $2 or $3 to get the add-on. You can, instead of spending $10, you can spend $2 or $3, get an add-on and combine your patterns. It's financially good for you. It's good for me to take a little bit of a break. Plus, I just finished Violet, which was labor intensive. I have another bag that I have to finish for our Mystery Sew Along at the end of the year. And then I would love to have had this as a standalone, but I don't have the brain capacity right now to write another pattern start to finish. This kind of gave me like a little bit of a break. But I totally understand what you're saying. And also I just wanted to explain that too. Cause sometimes as a designer, like it's exhausting. It's like if your house has a good foundation, you don't need to tear the whole thing down and start from scratch. You can build off of that. So that's why I did it that way. That's why it wasn't made as like a 100% standalone. Also, if I did that, everybody would just go, isn't that the same size as the Lola XL? And then I rip myself off and it becomes a whole thing. So, all right. Maybe start later in the day. Mary Jean, if that is a question for me, unfortunately, it's hard for me to start later in the day because that means if I'm on East Coast time starting at 11 and we go past 5, 6, 7 o'clock, like it just becomes a very long day for me to start really late, and I'm not a night person. I would start earlier, but I do that for the West Coast people because 8 o'clock is still kind of early for West Coast. I mean, for some people, I don't know what everyone gets up. So I don't like to start later because I just think that it would be better for everybody and it's better for me. And I have to be at my peak performance for a teacher. And if I start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock, it's just not going to be great for anybody because by the time night comes, I'm going to be totally drained and I won't do you guys any good. So that is why I pick 11. That's just kind of my starting time. It just works really well. Let's see. I made you brave enough to add pockets. Well, good. Box kits that have never gotten used. Listen, that's totally fine. So, Stephanie, yes. And I think you said I answered your question. Do you need the Lola pattern? Yes, you would need the Lola because the Lola is not brand new. Lola's been around for a few years. So you would need that pattern. And what I'm going to do, just like I did with the Taurus tote bag, which more people order this than I imagined, there will be the add-on pattern by itself, and there will be a combo pack so you can get them both. I imagine that everybody already had the Taurus tote bag, and I still, on a daily basis, sell the combo pack. So I'll definitely have them both listed that way, and then you can decide what you need. If you just bought the add-on, you would not have any finishing instructions. You wouldn't have any of the rest of the things that you needed for that. But this is going to be happening fairly soon. This will also be going out to testers in the next few days. This one's an easy one because it's almost done. And then this one will be up on the website. So, okay. Mystery. Okay. I think I got all the questions and it's only 12:06. That's been 2 weeks in a row that you guys have hung out with me for a while. So, did I get all the questions? Did I answer everything? How about this? If you want to stick around for another minute, I'm going to show you the finished Lola XL with the zipper. It is in Court Club fabric. If you haven't gotten your October or you don't want to see it, go away. You're done for the day. If you want to see it, hang out and I'll show you how it looks. I've given you a fair opportunity. So if you don't want to see it, have a great weekend. Okay, I'm going to do the thing that I tell you guys not to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't love my top stitching, not on the outside. I don't love how it looked on the inside, but I feel like I was rushing. So if you're having one of those days, just remember we all have those days. Okay, go away if you don't want to see it. This is it. Go have a good weekend. Are you ready? Okay. I'm very excited about this. Guess what's back? Iris is finally back. We got our dark purple back. This is Autumn Leaves. It's so soft and it's so beautiful. And look at all those color options. Also, part of Court Club is another solid and a policeman. You could mix mustard, orange. You could mix royal blue. You could do black, navy. You could do anything. Look at this. So that's the original. Well, not the original. You know what I mean. That's the zipper. This is what I did. So it's extended out a little bit further. And you have your little divider. And then inside, it's very awkward from where I'm sitting. We have 2 pockets. 2 nice big pockets. And then you have I'm still working on this because I cut it incorrectly. So you're still working on that, okay? And there's the 2-color handle. So we've got the solid on either side and the print in the middle. So we went from this to this, and I love it. I love it. And this is Lauren's fault. It's what she reminded me of. It's her Sarah backpack looked like that. It's cork. This is all Cork Club. So all cork. So 1, 2, and there is a third, which I don't have with me, but it's tomato. There, now you know. And actually, oh wait, I thought this was a different color. I do. So you could use some Cork Club and mix that in and do 3 colors. And then your back is just the pieced, the 3 colors. And this, I don't remember the name of it, but it's from Wizardry. And it's like a pinky purple, but oh, like look at it. It's so pretty. So this is our class. This is our class. I'm so excited. Terry, you're a rock star. Thank you. You guys always say such nice things to me when I'm having a week. Could you do a slip pocket on the back? Damn it, Mary, why do you ask me questions like that? Oh, do I need to do a slip pocket on the back now? Oh, you can. I'm gonna say yes, you can, but I'm not gonna add it on because it will just make this pattern go on for way too long. But there is some extra cork. Damn, Mary. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing this weekend. Well, there might be a pocket on the back too. You guys want a slip pocket? Okay, that might be what's happening. Okay. Sally, why are you joining up with her? Okay, well, all right, I will be playing around. Okay, thank you. Thank you, all of you. I am so tired, but so grateful for every one of you. Thank you for hanging out. I will have class information on the website soon. The add-on pattern will not be ready just yet, but it will be there. We still have openings in our November virtual retreat. The October one is closed. If you need something from me, hardware, if you want a certain cork, if you're looking for something, send me an email, asking me here. I have no brain power. Just send me an email. And yeah, get ready for classes. I'm going to get that up first so you can decide if you want to take a class and get a kit. Kits are surprises, but you can leave me as much or as little information as you want to. You guys all deserve to have a wonderful day too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out, and I will see you guys next week or before. I don't know. All right. Goodbye. I love you.